What's going on, guys? We are back at it again. You guys know how it is. R&R with the Lords, with me and King David talking about everything TV, entertainment related, anime related, whatever you guys could think of, we're talking about it. So I'm here with my co-host with me. I don't even think there's a co-host and host to this thing, but I'm here with King David. What's going on, King?
Oh, Addict, what's going on? I've been looking forward to this one. I don't know. Since the 8 hour marathon on Sunday, it's really heartwarming and stuff like that. Um, kind of crazy, kind of crazy. 8 hours, but the love was incredible. I needed it, but I also needed some of these movies that I had to go see, and some of the stuff that I had to go check out.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit when it comes to movies this week, but not
Yeah,
like a whole lot. I've been doing like a lot of IOP stuff, but we're gonna get into a couple of the things. We got our show for you today. Is we're gonna talk about Renfall. Is that what it's called?
Renfield.
Renfield. We're gonna talk about Renfield. We have some good bars. We're gonna talk about Marvel. What's going on with Jonathan over there? The future with him in the franchise.
Yeah,
And we're going
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors. And we're going to talk about Beef, the TV show that's on Netflix. Uh,
Yes,
so,
sir.
first off, let's get into the business portion of it. I once again, everyone that's watching now, if you're anime fans, definitely go over there and sub to the Patreon. I've pretty much got almost up to date My Hero stuff going on over there right now. Saul's about to. I think I'm going to have him react to the Madara versus the Allied forces this weekend.
Ooh, that'll be good.
Yeah,
That was a
so
good one.
yeah, that's going to be interesting. And then I think after that, I might have him react to like a Gara versus Rock Lee or something like that. And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna have him start reacting to the Death Note franchise. So that's over there at Patreon. Definitely go over there and check that out. I think you guys are going to really enjoy that. King is currently reacting to season 2 on Attack on Titan. I think I'm
Yes,
going to
sir.
start like picking up some smaller animes because I look sure we'll probably get the most benefit from reacting to bigger animes, but I think you know we do have a little bit of a voice in terms of just the channel size and not necessarily R&R, but everything where I feel like I want to get some of these smaller animes. These animes that people always say is really good. I'm going to give them a little bit of a try. React to them live, go over it. A lot of that's going to be done on the Patreon because the issue that we have with this is we can do the podcast on here, but we don't want to mix and match too much of the entertainment anime stuff with the gaming stuff. So unfortunately, if you want to see, some of the in-depth stuff, you have to go to Patreon. I've considered making this Patreon, but we're not going to do that. We really want to give back to you guys. We haven't really ruled anything out. But anyway, let's get on with the first thing. I think the biggest thing we need to talk about right now, King, is the Marvel thing.
Wait, 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 wait,
What
wait,
do you
wait.
want to talk about first?
I want to talk about what I've been watching. Now,
Isn't that the whole point of the topics? What we've been
yeah, yeah,
watching?
yeah, but I had a topic up there that's not up there, so I want to get into that first before we can get into all the other stuff that's up there. I'm watching this King Vaughn from Trap Law Ross. It's a 3 hour documentary that's up there, and anybody that follows Trap Law Ross, you know this. Now, I'm not picking a side in the documentary. I'm just gonna talk about the documentary, and I follow him heavy. I have this weird addiction to documentaries. Now, a lot of people, some people follow like serial killers, and you remember when the Ted Bundy thing was popping, and what was that guy that ate people? Jeffrey Dahmer thing was going on Netflix, and everybody had like this weird addiction to that stuff. Well,
But I think the reason that people gravitated toward that so much is because the person actually played a well Jeffrey Dahmer. I think if you would have went in there, horrible acting, no one would have talked about it. But the problem is they didn't really focus on him; they focused on his victims. So you didn't you glorified him, but you didn't at the same time. And I feel
but
like
they
the people they casted did the job so well that that's why people were talking about it.
but to get to that part, they had to go through, the real life stuff, like the real life documentaries, right? And I'm one of those dudes that watch all type of documentaries. I probably watch documentaries on nature, but the documentaries that actually captivate me the most are really hood documentaries. And this guy Trap Law Ross, he's probably one of the best that does it right now. And what's kind of crazy is he's not from the urban environment, like the environment that I grew up as a child. So to document the stuff that he does from a distance and get down and gritty with it as much as he does, um, it's really really incredible to see. So this documentary that he drops on King Von is hip hop's first serial killer, and the way that he presents it in such a fashion, and he documents all the history of it, and he's piecing together murders and stuff like that, and also chronicalizing the timelines. It's a masterful piece of work done by Traplow Ross in getting that across. The music is captivating, yeah, because they talk about the music, but a lot of people don't know the artists behind the artist, like the how the artist got to that space and how he got so much notoriety, and he explains it so eloquently. Not saying that anything was right or wrong. It's just the way that he does the documentary was fantastic. And if anybody's interested in that stuff, you can go up to Trap Law Ross on YouTube, catch that stuff there. Really compelling stuff. But also remember, it's on the darker side, because we're talking about real life stuff that's happened and people are really affected by the things that are allegedly perpetrated from this individual. The music is what the music speaks to. If you're into Chicago drill music, that's there. But it was just something that I get kind of caught up in and I watch. So that's a real good something to watch. If you're into documentaries, go check that out. I gave that documentary probably 4 popcorn. I thought it was an incredible insight into the mind of an urban alleged serial killer. So really incredible stuff.
Yeah, I feel like, let me back up a little bit. See, this space
great.
works. I don't want. See, if I get too far away, people say I'm in the OnlyFans video. If I get too close, I think what is the white wall? I think it's the white wall. Like,
it's the white wall.
I think what I'm gonna do is buy like a Zelda poster or something, and put it on there. I don't know.
You have your green screen. You could do a billion things with it.
But then I have to move my desk up a little bit and like put the green screen right. Like, I don't know. I'll look into it. It's a lot of work to put that green screen in there.
I feel you.
So, what I've been watching is.
He's been watching.
Can you guys hear that TV?
Nope.
Oh, you can't hear that TV at all?
I hear something minor.
All right, well, I told her to turn it down a little bit just to be on the safe side.
I heard something very minor.
Because, like, the living room is right here, but these are decent mics. They have a really good noise canceling. So, all right, so I watched this movie called Life. It's on Hulu. It's about these astronauts go to Mars and they pick up a life force. It's like a little microscopic life force, but it gets bigger. And when it eats something or combines with it, it gets bigger.
That's the one where they're in space, right?
Yes.
I think I saw that one.
The creature looks crazy.
And it's like it starts off like it's like a Venom type of thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that one.
It was a good movie though. And I watched Issa the Battle Angel that's on Hulu. Ethica, or I don't know. Someone in the chat, I know you know what I'm talking about. It's the pixelated movie where it's about artificial intelligence. It's a robot.
The CGI movie where she's a robot and she has the big eyes.
No, yeah, the big eyes, and she's
Yeah,
like a
and they have a like a roller derby type of thing, and
yeah, yeah,
she
yeah, yeah.
goes, yeah. That you talking about whatchamacallit, Battle Angel? That comes from an anime.
It's really
To
good.
be honest, yeah, it's really
Well,
good.
see, it
I
was
have a
made in
statue about
2019, and
it.
I was like, "There's no way. There's no way they're doing anything else with this franchise." Like, because usually when it comes to movies, if you don't see anything in 3 years, it's over. It's a wrap. They're not doing anything
Right.
with it anymore. But I looked it up, and it was updated this year that they said that they're right now like in the
Yeah,
beginning
Alita.
stages to Elita. Yeah, they're in the beginning phases to making the sequel. And you know what? You know what? I bet you it was, King. I
But
bet you it was that TikTok, the shorts content, because that's how I found it. Was through
oh,
TikTok
for
and
real?
shorts content. Literally, I have a hashtag I follow on TikTok that literally just shows me nothing. Yes, that shows me nothing but movies. It's like it would be like a part of a movie, like a little bit of part of a
Right.
movie. So
Then
sometimes
you
when I'm
get
bored,
addicted to
I
it and go.
click it and I just scroll through it. What looks interesting? What looks interesting? You know that fall movie that
Yeah.
I tried to get you to watch a couple months ago. That's where I found that. That's where I found the Life movie.
Yeah, Alita was really good. It was a real deep story. I mean, it has a lot of content because, like I said before, it's an anime. So they're just going to probably rewrite the ending because that's not how the ending goes. You know, with them trying to get up to the clouds, that's not how the ending goes. But they'll probably like rewrite the ending and tell you a little bit more about it, and probably go into more of the animes. But yeah, that stuff is really good stuff.
Yeah, I think it was good. So let let's move on with the show, man. First
Yes,
off,
sir,
I put the
Jonathan Major.
Patreon in the chat, so you guys can definitely go there. Hopefully we'll get some more King reactions here soon. I don't know if we're gonna. Usually we record that after the show. I don't know if he has time today. Maybe we'll get episode or two. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Jonathan dude who plays Kang. You know, did you see what's going on here? 100%.
With what? With Jonathan Majors?
Jonathan Majors, like he was dropped by his agency and his
Yeah,
management
360
team.
management.
How does the
Yeah.
management drop you?
I find it weird because the reasons that they gave, that was they said that it was his conduct, his work and relationship conduct. I find it kind of weird, right? Because I see, and not comparing apples to oranges, not getting into the crimes itself. I'm just getting into the individuals, right? And just talking about the individuals. Ezra Miller has done some felonious things. That's the guy that plays the Flash, right? Over at Warner Brothers. Breaking and entering, allegedly kidnapping, assault,
He's been out
a
there.
lot of things. To total menace. Total menace. He's been a villain, an absolute villain.
He plays a
Jonathan
hero.
Major.
That's the funny part. He's
This
a
is the
villain. And he
craziest
plays a
part,
hero.
right? Yeah, he's at. I think they miscast him. Jonathan Majors, and not to make light of whatever the situation is, I'm just talking about an alleged crime. Gets into something domestically with an individual that he's with, and there's a huge ton of backlash. And I feel I have to say, I mean, hate to pull a race card, but I believe that there's a racial component to go with this thing here, because Ezra Miller was dealing with minors. This is absolutely mind blowing.
I think that is mainly on the WB aspect. I think Disney's quicker to pull the trigger. They got rid of Johnny Depp. They got rid of what's that other dude's name?
Disney
Look at
Disney didn't say anything about it though. This is his management team.
Well, see, I guess to their degree, it's the Disney thing, but they're already like there's reports already that they're rewriting scripts. They're already trying to get rid of Jonathan.
Well, they're talking
from the
about
franchise.
recast, and I mean, there's rumors that, but you, as a giant corporation, you're supposed to do these deep thoughts, right? You're supposed to have these questions about somebody that's integral to your plans going forward, and if they happen to arise in trouble, you gotta approach the conversation in either removal, replacement, or whatever that comes to this guy. I just find it insane because on May 8th is where he actually, goes to court for this thing. So I don't know if the state gonna pick it up because I don't believe that the girlfriend is pressing charges. I believe the girlfriend recanted her statement to the police.
And the funny thing is, the moment that happened, it should have been a wrap. Like, yeah. What's crazy is he got penalized for those allegations the day they happened. Because
that was crazy, right?
He had military, commercials he was supposed to do. And they
you talk about the Army commercials.
Yeah,
I saw the Army commercials.
So it's just like, dude, I'm just so. There's scenarios where they have pulled people off for like it's like the Johnny Depp thing. He was literally cast for multiple Disney projects. Multiple. He was supposed to come back as Johnny Depp. He was in the Harry Potter franchise at the time with WB, which is funny. They got Johnny Depp up out of there, but not Ezra Miller. It's like Ezra Miller has dirt on them. Like, he's like, no, you ain't getting rid of me. He's like, I'm taking you with me. Because they got rid of Johnny Depp up out of there. Like no pass go, no collect $200. And you know what's funny? I looked the sales of the first, because I didn't understand. I knew that there was like a sequel to the Harry Potter, a prequel to the Harry Potter franchise, but I didn't realize what they did in it because I didn't watch it for years later. And then I went back and looked up all the drama and stuff happened to it. Like after
you talking about the whatchamacallit Incredible Beast?
Yeah, after they did that to Johnny Depp, the franchise bombed. Like every one of them bombed after that. I think they made 1 or 2 movies after that. It's just like, dude, like. People need to start realizing if you're going to come at some of these huge actors that have millions and millions of fans because of stuff they did, like Pirates of the Caribbean, there's going to be consequences when you take them out of your movies now.
But the Johnny Depp thing, I think that was on a greater scale because you had an actual alleged victim accusing two huge stars. One accusing him of the misappropriateness, and Johnny had to fight like for his name, and all allegations that were coming out was insane. It was insane stuff. You have video footage. It was a huge drama that was wrapped around the Johnny Depp stuff. So, I mean, all we got is a police report and 2 recounted pieces of work that's on the police report, and that's about it. But this guy has been crucified. No, I think that's a huge word. Has been excoriated in the realm of public opinion when it comes to this case, and it's kind of crazy because he didn't even go in front of a judge yet, which he would in May 8th. But to get dropped by your management team, he's made the most money right now. He had 2 movies which charted number 1. And
I think what it is,
they made huge amounts of money.
Here's the thing.
It's crazy.
As much as I want to blame the companies doing it, I can't blame the companies. I have to blame the outcry of I feel like companies should stand their ground more. But sometimes these companies look at the bottom line like, look, are we going to lose other clients because they feel like us working with this individual might cost them money? And I get it. It's unfair. And I think that, the cancel culture thing is ridiculous. Because I honestly feel like cancel culture is okay. It's just we're canceling the wrong people.
Yeah.
And the people that can be canceled, that should be canceled, their fan base don't care. So you can't. The only thing that canceling culture really does is scare people into giving sponsorships, into giving money, into giving hosting opportunities. The problem is when you're self-sufficient and you can make your money without any of those things, you cannot be canceled. And the people that are in the situations that do the most grimiest ass shit are in situations where it doesn't matter if they're canceled. Some of these corporations.
Listen, you got to think about it, right? I never heard of Ezra Miller's team, his management team dropping him. That's the stuff that I'm talking about.
No, I feel you on that, but I feel
this guy was going. He was on the run.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I honestly feel like something's up there because
He gotta have dirt.
They've gotten rid of people for less. Like the allegation of Johnny Depp was able to get him out there. I remember, even though it turned out to be true, what's that dude from House of Cards?
Oh yeah, you talking about? I know.
So even though that wasn't proven at the time, the moment those allegations were met, they got him up out of there. So it's just like, it's crazy that Ezra Miller is able to be like, it's like he's Superman in the cancel culture. Like he's
the Flash for real. Like you can't touch him.
It's like he keeps going back in time. But let me, I did just check the Patreon. We do have a Patreon question. So let me get this Patreon question real quick. I'm going to have to, someone said, Addy, you're going to have to zoom the words up. See, the problem is when I'm so far back, I have to zoom it up because the monitor's way over here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, ahoy, Lord King and Lord Addict. With the speculation of Mando's death, I didn't know the speculation around that, but anyway. Or of Bo-Katan taking over. Who's Bo-Katan? Bo-Katan?
Bo-Katan, yeah.
How do the Lords see the movie? Is Disney just loving all these L's they're getting lately, or do they just want another show to collapse into itself? As always, love y'all and stay on that hustle. That 300th episode put a fire in me to start producing my own stuff and throwing it out in the ether. Thank you for all that you thank you all for that. Vegeta is still the GOAT. Okay, I don't know about that last one, but
I don't know about Vegeta being the GOAT, but okay, so you want to go first?
So I didn't know they're speculating like Mando dying.
All right, so
are we the chick, the one that
Bo-Katan?
Have you caught up on that?
I've seen I've seen one episode. I'm an episode behind. I'm gonna watch that one. Okay. I just saw the one where they was on the planet with the rogue robots.
All right, so I don't have my Steam Deck. I'm about to spoil something a couple episodes ago, so mute for a couple seconds. No, Mando's not dead. It's speculation. We're not spoiling that.
All right, so you want me to just?
No, not you. You should have seen this. This is like 3 episodes ago.
Huh?
This is 3 episodes ago. You should have seen this.
Okay. You said 3 episodes ago.
Yeah, it happened a couple episodes ago. Where the Darksaber.
Right.
Who has the Darksaber where you're at?
He just gave it to Bo-Katan.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about right now. So we're talking Bo-Katan. That's the chick, right? The one that's supposed to take over.
Yeah.
I don't
the
agree
one
with
that they
that.
said.
If that happens, I'm going to be upset. If they kill Mando to give her the rank, I get it. Technically, it makes sense in the way things are going, but I don't like it.
All right, he beat her fair and square to get the sword, right? To get the ebony blade, to get the Darksaber, and because he beat this guy. He beat what's this guy? The fake Darth Sidious guy, the black guy. Anyway, he beats him, gets the Darksaber, and he fights her, and she loses, and he beat her in real combat. Now, when he lost to that creature and got captured, and Grogu went and got her, technically the right of the saber went to that creature. When she beat the creature, she basically had the right to it.
All right? Explain, okay. The lore behind the Darksaber is it chooses the wielder, correct?
Yeah, but
because
he who has
even
the
when Mando
Darksaber
beat him and took that sword, he still couldn't wield it.
He doesn't know how to wield it.
Because notice when she went in there to save him, she was using that thing like a lightsaber. Like
right. She knows how to, like the same thing like with the welder. The welder was trying to explain to him how he had to relax and how he had to become one with the Darksaber in order to use the Darksaber. But anyway, she is tasked with bringing back the fleet of the Mandalorians and then bringing them back to the cul-de-sac where the other Mandalorians that follow the way, because these Mandalorians are not of the way, but they have Mandalorian blood. She beats that guy in combat. She shows the sword, the Darksaber, and they follow her Now they go back to the cul-de-sac because this is what's supposed to happen. I didn't see anything else after that episode, but she's supposed to go back to the cul-de-sac, bring them back there, and then they're supposed to go back to Mandalore to repopulate Mandalore.
I'm okay with them shifting the show a little bit to her. I'm just
Right.
not okay with them killing Mando. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no. I'm not. They. All right. Disney has been on some feminist stuff for a while. Not a huge fan of it, right? I'm not a huge fan of taking it and making everything female centric when it comes to a lot of characters. I think a lot of characters don't need that, right? If you want to do a Bo-Katan a storyline, do a Bo-Katan storyline. Don't hijack Mando in order to tell your story. That's my opinion of it. But I don't believe they kill Mando in order to further push Bo-Katan. I don't believe that happens. I don't believe that's in Disney cards. I believe they understand that the Mandalorian and Din Djarin is a good character within itself, and he is that space cowboy that they are looking for. So I don't think they kill him. I don't think so at all.
I just don't want them doing that because I personally feel like he's been the star of the show, and it would be very weird. I'm okay with them shifting the Mandalorians to like respecting her, to following her,
Right.
and slowly now that storyline's been established, they start to separate him from that storyline. You know what I'm saying? And then that storyline gets revisited later. But to me, killing him and letting her take the reins, I have an issue with because I feel like that is agenda pushing.
Yeah, I don't think they do that. They have to separate this. They have to, remember he has a lot of offers all over the place where him and baby Grogu can actually go and live, right?
Do you think that it's just straight up like people just fear it, so they're doing it?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get on with the next one. We gave you guys that Patreon goodness. All right, so Renfield. Tell me, man. I didn't see it. The good thing is my movie. What?
It's dope.
My movie theater is playing Mario again. Like, see,
Okay.
the one that the little mom and pop one that's been building because mine closed down. They like restructured. They got like a bunch of money. Like they're trying to build their theater bigger and badder. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the 21st they're playing Mario. I'm gonna go watch it again.
Like, you're gonna watch it. Hey, well, I'm actually gonna go see it tomorrow. I'm taking my son to go see it.
Yeah. So tell me about this show, man.
All right. So Nicolas Cage is cast in the role of Dracula, right? And they go all the way back to Boris Karloff as Dracula. I found Boris Karloff to be like the best Dracula. A lot of the hallmarks they have, like when you look into his eyes and all that stuff. But the story is being told by Renfield, his servant that is always with Dracula. And Renfield's always eating bugs and always doing things. And they give you the lore behind Renfield eating bugs. The law is that Dracula gave him some of his blood, and he's Dracula's familiar. And as Dracula's familiar, you are tasked to do Dracula's bidding. Get him this, get him that. But they attack it from a different aspect of it. So what Renfield was doing, and this is Renfield's story, not Dracula's story, but Dracula's a huge part in the story because Renfield is codependent on Dracula. He has a codependent relationship, and he goes to like a AA meeting where he listens to people's stories, and when he's listening to these people's stories, he's finding out that like, wow, Dracula's a narcissist, and this whole time I've been being manipulated to do his bidding, and he's controlling me, and he's listening to these people talk about their lives. Now what Renfield was doing was, instead of bringing Dracula good people like nuns and cheerleaders and stuff like that, he was in these meetings to find the people that are harming the guys talking. So like if a lady is talking about her boyfriend beating her up, he gets all the information, goes find the boyfriend, put chloroform on him, and brings him back to Dracula. Dracula's in the process of rebuilding his body because he got horrifically burnt. And he's bringing him these bodies to get in control. Now, there's a crime family that's there. The movie is so over the top because Nicolas Cage acting is over the top. So all the bloody scenes, it's over the top. And it stars the girl. Did you see what was that movie and the country Shang-Chi from Disney? You saw that the Marvel movie?
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, so you saw the girl Aquafina that was in it, the Asian co-host, where she was the comedy relief.
Yes, I remember.
Right, when it was on the bus, and she was his best friend, and she was like, "How come you didn't tell me that you knew kung fu?" Well, she's in the film. She's the love interest of Renfield because she's a police officer that wants to do well, and she's trying to do the right thing. The whole town is corrupt. All the police are corrupt with this crime family that's selling drugs, and it's over the top comedy, but Nicolas Cage and everybody nails it. The action scenes is akin to John Wick type of action scenes where you're going to be amazed at some of the stuff that's done. A lot of hand-to-hand combat, a lot of gymnastic, acrobatic stuff. Very well done. The colors are very well done. The music is very well done. The set scenes are very good. Nicolas Cage acting, everyone's acting is on point. The cinematography from beginning to end is great. And I have absolutely zero problems with the film. I thought the film told a great story of being abused and controlled by a narcissist and you trying to come out of that and take back your control, take back your power, and try to break up in a toxic relationship, because Renfield and Dracula are in a toxic relationship. We've never looked at it from that aspect. We didn't see it like that. And it's so dope to see a different story, an age-old story told in a modern fashion with a new twist. And I'm not gonna lie, I think this is Nicolas Cage, one of Nicolas Cage's best movies since Face Off. Like his acting.
I'm very pro Nicolas Cage. Like, I actually feel like Nicolas Cage has a lot going for him, and he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah,
Look,
he's
sure.
This film is dope.
I think you can name a bunch of bad Nicolas Cage movies, but the problem is Nicolas Cage. Like, a lot of people are very picky when they start to get some names. They're like, okay, you know what? Let me read through 50 scripts. I might accept 2. Nicolas Cage is like, I'm a read through 50 scripts and I'm accept 45. Like, and I've noticed that, like, he's helped a lot of like indie studios. He's helped a lot of B-rated movies where, like, he would be like, look, I'm gonna come through there and I'm gonna be pretty chill when it comes to paying me, but I'm gonna take like 30% of your budget. Like, so,
yeah, basically, yeah.
But it helps get people watching that because he's such a big name.
Yeah. I can't say that Nicolas Cage hasn't been in a ton of B films. I think it was a time when Hollywood walked away from Nicolas Cage, even though he's Francis Ford Coppola's grandson. They walked away from him and like left him in exile, and he made his bones, so to say, in the B movies for a long period of time. This is one of those big budget Hollywood films that he actually got a chance to do, and he did a fantastic job with. I think this. Listen, Lord of War was really good, right? I dare you to go see Renfield and tell me that his acting wasn't better than Lords of War, because Face Off is probably his pinnacle. To me, Face Off is probably his pinnacle.
But
I believe
Lord of
this
Wars
film
and Face Off are good.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, his acting in this, you're going to, it's laugh out loud funny, and it's dead serious, which is nuts to do it. We have $10 super chat from the Angry Therapist MD. Can't stay, but wanted to show some love. Thank you, brother. Blessings.
Man. All right, so
I appreciate that.
Between the last week and this week, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get with King soon, and we'll put something out for you guys. I don't know how we'll do it yet, But I want to start doing some extra stuff depending on, because if people support us, go above and beyond and support us, I want to give them extra content. So next week, what me and King will probably do is, we'll do like some of the show will be we'll rate Nicolas Cage movies next week. I will
That'll be dope.
Put a bunch of Nicolas Cage movies together and we'll rate them.
That'd be dope. But I'm giving this full popcorn. I thought this was a fantastic film. Something that I would highly recommend. I mean, it was so incredible that, my wife and I is watching it and we are laughing from, it was a really good film. Really good. Everybody in the film had a good time watching this film. So I think Renfield is something that you should go check out. If you have something to do this week or nothing to do this week, go check it out.
Yeah, definitely go check that out, you guys. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on. So King calls me this morning. He's like, I don't know. We ain't communicated. What are we watching? I was like, King, it's Tuesday. It's 1. You don't got time to watch anything. He's like, just hit me. I'm like, well, you can watch this movie named Life I just watched, or you can watch Beef because I'm watching it now. He's like, Beef it is. I'll see you in a couple hours. So how many episodes did you get through?
I saw 2 episodes.
2 episodes. Okay, I seen 5.
Well, I'm going back up to see the rest of them.
Yeah, so
all right.
First off, I want to really point out, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the acting from Glenn from The Walking Dead is phenomenal in this movie, in this TV show.
Yeah, you feel the struggle, right?
And it's different because he was struggling on The Walking Dead, but it's 2 entirely different forms of struggles.
This struggle's crazy.
And you hearing him talk, and you generally feel like this man about to have a breakdown.
He had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna have a nervous breakdown as soon as the movie started. I mean, still the show started.
And they're putting so many elements in here, and what I love how they ended it is he went out and he just flicked her off. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. So okay, I'm up to the last part, the second episode, because you might start blending episodes, right? So the last thing is I saw is after the chairs, and she gets get back on him, and he goes to her house with the hammer. All right, so I'm at that part with the house with the hammer thing, but the first episodes it's insane because he's waiting online while this guy is having a conversation with somebody online, and he's bringing back some stuff to like their version of Walmart, and he didn't have his receipt. And the guy says, you bring back a couple of things this week or whatever.
Have you put together why he kept bringing that back and buying it and bringing it back?
No, I have not put that together.
It's sad. I don't know. I think in the next episode you'll find out. But right. I love how they put that back. They're like, okay, because remember the cashier at the beginning is like, yo, why you keep bringing this back?
Yeah.
And then he's like, you got no questions asked, so stop asking questions. I felt like he was gonna he was gonna smack that kid across the counter. Like I felt that tension. Though. I felt that energy. Like he's about to be like, you keep talking shit, I'ma smack you.
But he wanted to because he had him waiting online while he was running his mouth with the guy in front of him. I can't stand that.
The intercom and say, "Yo, remember your receipt. We ain't trying to do this. Remember your receipt." Like,
and that's another smackable offense. So he gets into a road rage thing with another car. So he doesn't know, and he's assuming that this is a guy. He's assuming that it's a guy in the car that cuts him off. And the person in the car in front of him is such a dick. Pause. Like he's so addict. I was sitting there, I was get him.
You know what's funny? That's how we have different.
I almost fell out.
We have different like driving scenarios. Like I was thinking, dude, you doing all this extra stuff because of what? Because you had a break randomly and she flicked you off. Like you about to go to jail for this. Like
not me.
And then you sit there like, get him.
Get him. I'm in the whole road rage with him. Yo, when he cut the grass and ran over somebody's lawn to cut him off, and then she was gonna back up and crash into him. Yo. but all this stuff is caught on Ring cameras all across the world.
Yeah, realistically, there's no reason why they couldn't have found that. And did you love how one of those things fell out in the middle of that cross section? Like he went to dodge it. One of them popped out of his truck.
Oh, you talking about the ones that fell on the floor?
Yeah, that one of them did.
Yeah. It was funny. It was more funny when he remembered the license plate.
Yeah. He kept saying it over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Like I really, this is a unique type of experience that I don't think we've really experienced that much. Like it really feels like these two hate each other. And what's funny is they don't even really know each other. Like it's. I think
she was going to give him the buns. Remember when he came into the house, and she was
it was funny.
She was doing something erotic.
Says, your husband with the gun. Here? And she says, no.
Yes. No, she said, he's not going to be back for a while. Like, because she was already in sexy
that's probably
time.
why she was so upset.
Yes.
Because not only did he do what he did, but then she has that frustration on top of it.
Yo, her frustration is heavy because you start to find out more about each character as the show goes on. You get to see why this guy is such a loser. You know, he's up 20 grand and, you know, his life is cool. His family lost their family business because of him trusting his cousin. He's just the can't get right guy. Like, he's the hard luck hero who can't get right, and every choice he makes is wrong. She's the good, get right, hard working, came from nothing, making her life into something. And she's with a husband who came from everything and now is like some Buddhist Zen mind crap that is driving her nuts. So in her personal life, they clash. I don't even know how they're together. They clash. She wants to do on the edge stuff, and her husband is really reserved and really peaceful and very, very gap. Very, he strikes me off as very gap, and it just doesn't work. And her life is a life of frustration because she's trying to make it work for her kid, and he knows that she's a frustrated individual. And the way that he talks about her, the way that he portrays her husband, is like she's this angry individual that needs to be get her life in control, get in control with her feelings because she's always chasing money. And he comes from money, and then the mother-in-law is there. So her life has a whole bunch of frustration as well. So you have two frustrated individuals whose life have come intersect. And the level of petty from both individuals are insane. What they do to each other when one is not looking is buck bananas. They're taking it way too far. This stuff has caused criminal behavior.
You ain't seen nothing. You think you've seen it. You ain't seen nothing.
Well, I'm gonna go see her like when I go eat dinner right now. I'm gonna go.
It gets
check
way
out the rest.
Worse, especially homegirl. Like now, because
I believe she did.
He did his thing, and now she got to get back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but I got to the part where she disrespected his vehicle.
Oh, hold up. No. Did you see?
I ended off where he pulled up to her. Yeah, well, she's texting his brother.
Okay. You seen the catfish thing?
Yeah, and then she sent the picture, and she makes a whole profile of being somebody else. She thinks she's talking to this dude.
Her assistant. She's pretending to be her assistant.
Yes, but I think her assistant has a thing for her husband, and her husband was liking her assistant picture. It's a whole thing that's going on there.
It's what's funny is this is the most realistic drama that you could ever be across of. Like look, even though that their pettiness have went above and beyond, I could still see this happening. Like
yo, Dragonheart Yobi said, what you saying is they bucking up on each other. Hell yeah. There is wild bucking up going on. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see the rest of it. See, Attic is so far. Attic can sit there and block out time and do things, right? Me, I have to watch things in chunks because I'm doing a whole bunch of other stuff. I got to catch up to him because he's having too much fun. I see it in his eyes.
This morning when I was doing all the prediction stuff, because we got stuff in the background for ILP,
Yeah.
once I clicked render, I had nothing to do for like an hour and a half.
He was like,
So I
"Yeah,
just
let me
watched
watch
an
it."
episode and a half, and because how I do is I render all the shorts at once. So once I
Right.
make them all, I have my computer render them all, and that takes like an hour and a half by itself. So once I started that, then I can watch another episode and a half. But anyway,
All right, so we let's not give it a popcorn rating. Let's finish the whole series
so
first
hold
before
on.
we can give a popcorn
We'll
rating.
give a first impressions popcorn rating.
Okay,
What is
first
your
impressions so
first
far.
impressions?
First impressions so far is 5.
5.
Like, this is crazy. Yo, this is you know why? You know why? I got to give it a 5 because I did not expect him to do what he did to her.
Oh, in the
When he
bathroom?
went to the house? Yes. In the
And
bathroom.
He ran.
And he ran with a smile on his face. I did not expect
You
that.
see when the wife and husband was arguing, and he was like, maybe he just has bladder. And she's like, he was smiling when he was running. Like,
Yo, and he is so zen. Yo, it's a whole lot of petty. The Black John, it is. I wasn't expecting this level of petty. You have no idea how petty
and it gets better.
is getting.
It gets better. Like the
And
pettiness
Attic
does
keeps
not
telling me it's
stop.
getting better. My wife was asking me to.
Let me put it to you this way. There's this one part in the show. I'm not going to spoil anything. Homegirl's on a stage. And she doesn't know homeboy knows where she is. And you know how like one of those things where you're on a stage and you're doing like this community thing where people are asking questions? So
Yeah.
he's like, I want to ask her something. She can't see him because of all this sun going on.
Don't
right?
say anything. This guy here, I can't stand that. We gotta go. Attic will blow everything up for me. I gotta
But
see
I
her.
just wanted to give you that scenario where she thinks she's good, and then you just start seeing some dude screaming.
Yo, what? He's so paranoid. He thought he saw her in the club.
She probably was in the club though,
But now,
because she messed up his car, so she was
right
in the
now
club.
that you think about it, she was in the club. Cause she told her husband, "I'm going to the store." Yo,
Did you see?
check it out.
Did you
It's
see where he did the
dope.
gas thing? I don't know if you got that.
Nope,
part.
nope.
Okay. All right.
I literally stopped when he got to her house and he has the hammer in his hand. That's it.
All right. So
Check it out. You're going to like it. If you're into petty get back crap and digging into people's lives, being a voyeur, being a fly on a wall, checking out individuals' lives, this is something to check out. It's something funny. I think Attic has always he's never led me wrong yet. He has not. He definitely respect his opinion. This was his choice, and I'm in it again with this guy.
all right. So that's the show, you guys. I appreciate you coming in for the R&R with the Lords. We talk about TVs, movies, and anime. Gonna go ahead and wrap this up. One thing I do want to point out again is, I can't recommend enough, especially the people in the chat right now, especially you, gentlemen and ladies. Go on there. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I'm on the payout thing for ILP. Yeah, if you go to that, it's going to take you to an error screen. Go check out our Patreon, man. I think you guys will like that because now the Patreon has things. Okay, for the $5 tier, you can ask any of our shows a question. The Attic Show, R&R with the Lords, ILP. But I will say the majority of the Patreon is towards R&R. We have a $7 tier where you can watch reactions. Then we have a $10 tier where you can recommend reactions. So I think you guys will enjoy that. But, I appreciate you coming through here. King, give you outing out bars. Where can people find you at?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, but this week I'm going to go see The Pope's Exorcist, and I'm going to see Nefarious. Those two movies are out. You have scary movies this whole month. And you have the Evil Dead movie on the 21st, I believe. It's a ton of scary movies, and I got to watch them, so I'm going to have nightmares for months. But got to check this stuff out. I definitely wanted to see The Pope's Exorcist. and I definitely want to see Nefarious. Nefarious is about a demon that possesses an inmate, and I think a lawyer goes over to him and he passes the demon on to the lawyer and forces him to do certain things. And the Pope's exorcist is a child is possessed and is asking for a certain exorcist to come see him, and he wants the Pope's exorcist, but there's a whole plot behind that. That's what I want to see. And we all know what The Evil Dead is a reimagining and retelling of the Evil Dead story, I believe.
I'm going
to go check that this week.
Watch that one.
That's this Friday. But I'm going to definitely check out Mario tomorrow. So you can find me on Twitter, King David OTW. Same name on my Xbox. I think maybe we have a community stream this weekend. This Saturday, we have Ryan Garcia versus Javante Tank Davis in a fight that is sure to enthuse and definitely amuse. I'm going to be calling that fight this weekend. Combat Talk with the King, 10 p.m. Saturday, April 22nd, when we get a chance to see who's going to win that fight. And I won't give a prediction until after I see the weigh-in of both characters. Both combatants. And I can definitely tell you from the weigh-in who's going to win and what round is going to be what, if it's going to go to distance or if it's going to be a knockout. But thank you guys for rocking out with us. See you next week on R&R with the Lords, 5 p.m.
And you can catch me on Twitter, Lord Addict ILP. Catch me tomorrow, Addict Show with Dirk Griggity. 5:30 p.m. I got to remember to say that we actually have a lot to talk about when it comes to PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, gaming in general. So definitely catch me there. But I appreciate you for coming through here. Now let me go see who we can raid today. I'm going to try to make it a segment where we discuss this, because I feel like, I want to send it to someone that actually can use it. Like CB Gray is my dude, but he's probably got 500 people in there. Let's send it to CB Gray. Ain't no one else on. Guys, go on there if you're a content creator and enable where people can raid you. YouTube needs to do a better job in explaining that, because I love to send people. We only got 43 people in here, but some people have 2 or 3 people in the chat that would love 43 people. But I appreciate you for coming through. This is Gaming Addict and King David, and we are out.
Peace.